like to call this meeting to order, please. Danielle, would you please read the roll?
Yes. Okay. Mr. Bowen,
Here.
Mr. Heflin,
Here.
Ms. Parker,
Here.
Mr. Lucero,
Here.
Ms. Cordova,
Here.
Mr. Robinson,
Here.
Mr. Lopez.
Here.
And we know Mike Miller is absent, so okay.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, moving to item number 3, our invocation and pledge. Councilor Cordova will be doing our invocation, please. If everyone wants to stand.
Heavenly Father, we ask that you enter into this room. First, we want to give you praise and glory for all of the moisture that you've given us the last few days. We'd like to ask that you guide our hearts and our minds and give us sense to do what is right by your name. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And for the pledge this evening, we have a special guest, Alex Doorbell. And before we do the pledge, she would like to come forward and say a few words before we proceed.
I'd like to apologize for the
Thank you very much for being here, and she will lead us in our pledge tonight.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the Mexico, with its symbol of relations among the United States.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Can you keep it a moment?
Hamburger.
It takes a
Thank you.
very big person to step up
Yes.
here.
And you need to tell your parents thank you too, because they're the ones that are teaching you this correct and right way. Thank you for coming tonight, sweetie. Okay, moving on to the next item on the agenda. Public comment. The public has the opportunity to provide comment on subjects regarding city business during the public comment period. Speakers' comments will be limited to 3 minutes unless mayor and or council requests more information. The time limit is given in an effort to allow public input, but also to move the agenda forward in a prompt yet efficient manner. All speakers must sign in at the beginning of the meeting. We did have a sign-up sheet outside and everyone signed it. So we will move forward with that. Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, moving to the next item, minutes of the previous meeting, the regular meeting, October 24th. You should have all had a chance to look at that. And what is your pleasure?
Madam Mayor, I recommend we approve the minutes.
Okay, motion has been made to approve
Second.
and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Same,
I'll abstain, sorry.
okay. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Okay, the next item, presentations, library presentation, Ms. Luscombe, the library director.
Good evening, council. For those of you in attendance who may not know who I am, I'm Tana Luscombe. I'm the director of the Portales Public Library. I've been with the library since 2005 and became the director in December of 2018. So I've got a slideshow for you this evening. Typically, the library has 7 staff members. Right now, we are down to 5. Danielle is serving as interim city clerk, and then Laura Lovelady recently moved over to the planning and zoning administrator. We do have a new hire. She will start at the beginning of December, so that will help fill in some of the gaps for us. Okay, next. So first thing for us, the big thing we had in this past year was our new roof and HVAC system. That was all completed in the fall of 2022. We were having to cover our shelving in some of the areas with plastic sheeting, putting out buckets, making sure that we checked the weather before we left, especially during the rainy season, to be sure that we were protecting all of our property. So it has been so nice to not have to worry about a leaky roof that had been going on for years. And so we are very thankful for that. At the same time, they were also able to replace our HVAC units. So 7 new units were placed on the roof at the same time the roof was replaced. The units were over 20 years old, and they tended to show their age typically whenever it was over 100 degrees and you had a room full of kids. So we're really glad that that was taken care of at the same time. Next slide, please. The security camera project that was recently completed this past September. We got 29 cameras installed and they cover both indoors and outdoors. We paid for that using our ARPA funds and GOB 2020 funds for a total of $28,508. We're able to view those cameras from any computer in the library, so it's given a lot of peace of mind to the staff to be able to see anywhere in the library at any time. It's increased our visibility of our patrons and our staff, increasing our security and our safety. Our collection, total physical materials in the library right now is 45,286 items. Of that, print materials, which would be books and magazines, is 41,669. Physical audio books is 2,018, and physical DVDs and videos is 1,553. We have a total electronic materials of 28,493. That's part of our consortium with other libraries in the state called New Mexico Library to Go. We use the Overdrive platform for that. All of the libraries that are part of the consortium, we all buy our books and ebooks, put them into the consortium, and it allows all of our patrons to be able to check out. It's all offered free of charge. So in that consortium, we have 19,377 ebooks, 9,116 e-audiobooks, and we offer 52 online databases. For programming and attendance, the library offered 12 additional adult programs over the last year to include a thriving book club, 3 author visits, a paint party, an educational wine tasting, and a presentation on sustainable living. We're hoping to continue the adult programs throughout the year and to add more to our summer reading program. In the past year, we hosted 236 free programs for children, teens, and adults with 5,230 patrons in attendance. 40,245 patrons visited the library, and we circulated 46,199 items over the last year. For outreach, we partner with the different schools in the area. For Portales schools, recently we did their Halloween carnival out at the fairgrounds. We're going to be involved in the career carnival at the high school this Friday. The class tours from the junior high, they brought all of the 7th and 8th graders over to the library over the course of 2 days last year. And then the 8th graders have already been back this year to visit over different resources. We offer the summer reading program. We participated in Safe Trick or Treat, Read Across America, which is our biggest event that we put on every year. We're part of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And of course, we offer tours. With the area schools, we work a lot with Elida, Floyd, Head Start, and with ENMU. So for resources, we offer 28 public access computers. We offer printing, scanning, and faxing. We have 52 online databases, the Beanstack app, and then we have BrainFuse, which is Job Now and Help Now, and that helps. They offer free online tutoring every evening from 2 to 11 p.m. Resources to help get jobs, whether it be filling out applications, helping you create a resume. Our genealogy room, we offer the Ancestry.com, Heritage Quest, microfilm, and newspaper access. Looking ahead, we are planning to paint the exterior metal trim, doors, and windows this year. We're going to replace 4 of our computers in the young adult library. We're going to extensively add to our e-audiobook collection. It was becoming really popular before, but once COVID hit, it has just exploded. And unfortunately, our physical audiobooks are no longer a thing. Nobody is interested in checking them out. Nobody wants a stack of CDs or something else that you have to carry around with you when you can just have your phone in your pocket and it's ready to go. So we are going to contribute to that greatly this year versus putting it into our physical audiobook collection. We have started a new family book club that kicked off this month. The first book is Bunnicula to coincide with Eastern's theater production of the same title this week. So if anybody is interested in that, we'd love to have you join us. And we're going to continue to meet the needs of our community and provide excellent service. That's all and I'm sorry, funding. We are supported by the general fund for the city of Portales. The New Mexico State Grants and Aid this year, we received $10,352. The government obligation bonds for 2020, we received $28,329. GOB 2022 did pass, but I do not know the number that we're gonna get from that yet. We haven't received that. We do apply for E-rate. That gets us about $2,600 a year, and then donations from the citizens and the Friends of the Library group. And that's all I have, and I'll take any questions if you have any.
Great. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Okay, go ahead.
On the genealogy, I'm interested in that. Is that national or is that just local, New Mexico?
There's some natural book or national books in there. Most of them are going to be local to our area
Sure,
in New
sure.
Mexico, but there is some national things in there. And again, we've got all of the microfilm and the ancestry.com subscription that you can use within the library and Heritage Quest. And those are pretty hefty subscriptions for a person to purchase for themselves. So I encourage everybody to take advantage of that at the library because it's all free.
Thank you.
Ms. Parker, thank you. I just wanted to say thank you. I did see your weekly, what you're gonna do with the kids next week while they're out of school on Facebook. So you have a lot of stuff lined up for them, which is good to get the kids back into
you.
the library during that week. So
Thank you.
good job.
Anything else? I just wanted to thank you too and encourage everybody to go because it's such a great facility and it's good for our kids, for adults, for any age, and you offer so many different programs and we really, really appreciate it. And thank you very much. And
Thank
I'm
you.
anxious to come look now that you've got everything finished.
Yeah,
So
You're welcome to come see us.
thank you. very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Yes,
Mhm.
anybody? Okay. Okay, moving on to the next item on the agenda is discussion and action items, public infrastructure. Ms. McVie, Administrator, item number 1, non-exclusive use agreement for Portales Softball Association.
Hi, good evening, council. So what I have to present for you is the Portales Softball Association. It is we're asking if you will accept the agreement. It's the same as last year. We do this every year, and it is the non-exclusive agreement that they use the softball fields for the adults. It is for 1 year.
So pretty much the only thing that was changed were the dates.
Yes, ma'am.
So everything else remains the same as, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any questions or comments from the council?
No, I do have one comment. I do like that we have the from January to December 31st because I do know that they like to use it in later in the year and we didn't have that prior. So thank you for adding that language.
Okay, what is the pleasure of the council?
Motion
to
to-
approve.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made by Mr. Heflin, seconded by Ms. Cordova. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passes. Okay, moving on to item number 2, non-exclusive use agreement for Roosevelt County Little League.
Okay, so this one is pretty much the same thing, but this one is the staff request approval for the council to accept the Roosevelt County Little League agreement, which is also non-exclusive. And it is the same as last year, and it has very similar dates as well. And the only thing that has changed on it are the dates.
Any questions or comments?
I was just reading through it real quick and just want to make sure we did leave out where they cannot lock it after the season, right?
Correct. That is the non-exclusive
Okay.
part of it. Yes.
Perfect,
sir.
thank you.
Okay, great. What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Lucero, seconded by Mr. Robinson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to the next item on the agenda, the community services. Kelly, the director, requests for approval to declare 700 South Abilene a dangerous property by resolution 23-24-25.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So this is the address 700 South Abilene. It's actually the building right over there. With the residential structure that's really rough, the garage structure that's really rough, and then the rehabbed residential one. This one does receive quite a bit of complaints because of its location. So that's one we're going to be moving forward with, if that is the pleasure of the council. So we have been having a hard time reaching the owner. So we posted the property 5/19/2023, 6/07/2023, 07/18/2023, 8/01/2023, and 8/14/2023. The reason for that is we've got reports that kids were actually pulling the posts off So we wanted the owner to have a chance to see them. We sent certified letters, we never received a response. And then we did get a phone number in August. We were able to get a hold of the owner who said he was attempting to demolish it. But we haven't been able to get a hold of the owner since. So we'd like to move forward with having it declared a dangerous structure. It's 90 days, we're over, starting on the 12th. We were hoping it'd get demolished before we had to bring it to council. So what we're looking for is to have it declared and then maybe come back in 30 days to see if we can't still work with the owner on getting demolished. If the owners do it, it's cheaper, it's faster, it saves a lot of paperwork. So we really try to push for owners to do their own demolishment. There are some pictures there. If you'd like to see it, but I know you guys are well aware of the property. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Any questions or comments?
Who's the owner?
I did not bring the owner's information with me, but I believe his name is Omar. His name is Omar. We usually leave it out of here since we're just more focused on the address.
Anything else? We appreciate you doing this. This is something that we definitely needed to continue and just stay on top of it. Once we get one off, we put another one on the list. So very good. We appreciate that. Okay, what is the pleasure of the council?
So moved. Second.
Okay, a motion has been made by Mr. Robinson, seconded by Mr. Bowen. We need a roll call on that since it's a resolution, please.
Mr. Bowen,
Yes.
Mr. Heflin,
Yes.
Ms. Parker,
Do I vote yes?
You can, yes.
Yes, okay.
Mr. Lucero,
Yes.
Ms. Cordova,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Motion passes. Thank you very much, Kelly. We appreciate your hard work on that. Okay, moving on to the next item, we have an executive session, but at this time, we'd like to amend to remove that for tonight.
Yes.
So we will not be doing that at this time. Okay. We need a motion for that, please.
Motion to remove executive session. Second.
Okay, a motion has been made by Mr. Heflin, seconded by Mr. Robinson. Do we do a roll call on that or we just, all those in favor say aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passes. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the next one, city council or staff comment. Staff, does anyone have any comments?
Yes, we are gonna host a garage sale to raise funds for the animal control. It'll be at the old city hall on December 2nd from 8 to noon. The public will be able to come in and see what we have for sale. And staff is donating stuff for that garage sale as well. Kelly's gonna work with, I believe, the rescue, who can reach out to see if they can take donations from the public since we cannot. And we'll have more information on that soon.
Okay, very good. So gather all your treasures, donate. Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Chief, yes.
Yes, I just wanted to give an update on the speed enforcement cameras. I had a video call with Novoa Global last week. And they estimated we should be roughly 90 days out from completion of the first two locations here on Abilene and Globe with the flashing lights for the Abilene school zone. And they should start sending us out the different advertisements for that.
So we'll have it out there before it comes.
Yes.
And put up and everything, so everybody is aware of that. Okay, very good. Okay. Anything else? Could you give us a quick update on what happened to the schools today? We received it, just to make sure that everybody's
Yes,
aware.
ma'am. Dispatch received one call of shots fired in the area of Fifth and Avenue F, I believe. And since it was close to Brown, we gave the notification to the schools. Somewhere in there, dispatch dealt with them that there was shooting going on versus the one reported call. I was actually sitting at the light at Second to see when I heard it. It sounded more like a tire pop. To me, it didn't sound like a gunshot. But I didn't have a radio or anything with me at that time, so I found out about it when I got back to the office. And of course, the officers got to the area, located no signs of any shooting, anything else. And then the schools were in that. So hopefully we've got it straightened up.
So there were schools on lockdown, but it was just a precautionary measure.
Just
Okay,
precaution.
very good. Okay, very good. Thank you.
And then I'd almost forgotten, Santa Cup. We're going to have our first toy drive at Walmart this Friday. And we'll start taking the registration for signups on Monday.
Very good. It's hard to believe it's time, but it is. Okay, very good. Anybody else? Yes.
And on the vein of animal control, we are doing a virtual tour of the new animal shelter on Thursday. We will be announcing its location and opening up to the public. We're just getting some last minute things lined out and then Thursdays are opening.
Opening.
Did you say, Kelly, you're gonna do a virtual tour? Oh,
We're gonna do a live, talk a bit about animal control, show where the location is, announce the address. all that
perfect.
kind of stuff.
That's fine.
Okay, great. Good news. Thank you.
I was requested to present at the county commission, in reference to the negotiations prior to EMS response. That did take place today. It is on the county's YouTube channel. If you'd like to review it, we will also be sharing just my presentation through the city's Facebook and my Facebook. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
Okay, very good. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, anyone else from the staff? No? Okay. Ms. Cordova.
Kelly, can you tell me where we're at on Elb Street with, I think it's 814?
Is that the dangerous property?
Yes.
Their runs out November 16th. So
Okay.
we'll be bringing it back for direction for the council, next council meeting.
Okay, because all of the debris is now falling into the neighbor's yard, so. And then the cars on 15th that I questioned a couple of meetings ago, where if we were supposed to take those off because we red tagged them. The owner is trying, so he had his tenant vacated. And now we need to remove the vehicles because he tried to have them removed, but he wasn't able to because they were red tagged by us.
Which street is that on?
15th Lane.
Okay, we'll get with the police. And we'll have
Are we on the street?
Yes, they're in the street.
Okay.
And we red tagged them.
we'll get you at it.
When you're talking about we,
The city.
okay.
That's who I'm representing. And then lastly, I just wanted to thank Chief Kathy for his presentation to the county today. We did go over there. We are still in negotiations. I think we are I think we just have some miscommunication as to where the ball is right now and whose court. So we're gonna get with the two commissioners and move that forward. You know, they did state, you know, the county needs the city needs the county, vice versa. We're all here to work under one to represent our citizens, which nobody disagreed with that. We are moving forward with that, but it just hasn't been a slow process, so. Hoping that we can pick that back up. I know with the holiday seasons, a lot of people are out of town, but hoping that we can continue to do that.
Very good. Thank you. Mr. Lopez.
I like to bring the weeds up again. What's a ordinance on the weeds? Do we have to clean them anymore?
For like,
They're all over.
for all over.
You
Yeah, code
can't
enforcement-
even choose a place.
Yeah, code enforcement goes through, they do door tags, and after a certain amount of procedures followed, then we give them, the contract company to go clean it up, and then we find the owner for the cost of cleanup. So if you've got anything specific, I know at the end of the summer, we've got quite a few that we're trying to get cleaned up.
The Cocopelli apartments are pretty bad off blue.
Yeah, they're everywhere. We can choose a place because everywhere you go, it's weeds.
And this year's been very bad, and we didn't put as much, last year wasn't as bad, but this year's been. The notices haven't gotten low as well as it was last year.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Mr. Brown.
Is there any update on the streetlight for 70 and Kilgore?
We have not had an update yet, but I will check on it again, and we're also still working on seeing what they're gonna do about the left turn, right turn signals.
Okay, Mr. Robinson.
Yes, someone asked me about the vacant building out near the airport, the Armory. And with the Armory, and their question was, would it be appropriate to think about that as a getting it from the, I guess it belongs to the Army, National Guard, I don't know, anyone knows. But could we get the building? And would that be a good location for a dog pound?
To the National Guard, several companies, and Kelly came in and started helping me as well. We went through several meetings, several presentations, did everything they asked us, and then they donated their buildings to all the other communities except for Portales. They wanted Portales to buy their building for what it would have raised for, and that wasn't something that the city was in the position to do.
So they want to buy, but is there any way that we could get someone at the national level to discuss that with the state level?
It's a state armory,
Yeah.
it's not.
But it's still under the jurisdiction
Defense,
of the Department of Defense,
Yeah,
even though it is a state entity.
we don't know I don't know the contacts for that. I know we put.
I'm just thinking that building, if it's out there, if there's anyone should we start looking to see if there's anybody out there that can free the building? Because that is I don't know if it's an ideal, but I think it'd be a great place to consider for a dog pound.
We definitely can reach back out and see what we can find out.
Commander Sharon, can I speak? Or that's not.
No, oh, hold on just a second, he's still, hold on.
Madam Chair and fellow councilman, I want to say, I was thinking that we was going to do something tonight, but I want to make a public comment about the hard work of the staff for Portales City under the leadership of Sarah Austin. She's doing an excellent job, and I want everyone to be willing to stand up and say that. I'm going to say it all over and shout it out. Sarah Austin is doing a wonderful job for the city of Portales, and I'm proud to have her as our city manager.
Mr. Robinson, okay,
I don't have anything.
Sarah, okay.
Just an update on the senior citizens building, please. And I knew that maybe it'd be good for public record to see where they're at.
Yes. So they did have their 501(c)(3) lapse. Mr. Mike has helped find some information, and he's really been trying to help the seniors get the what they need back in place so we can help them. So the first step is they have to get that 501(c)(3) back. So it lapsed in 2014, it carries 3 years, and then it dissolves after that. So they have to do their paperwork to get it brought back. Joe and I are working with Michelle Michelle at the Community Services Center, so we can offer any type of support services we can. We cannot do the paperwork for them, they have to do it.
And may I interject?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I talked to Crystal Lewis, and she's willing to, as accountant, she has some experience in bringing those kinds of organization back online, and she's willing to provide pro bono service. Well, if you contact Crystal Lewis Accounting, she indicated to me she's willing to work with them too.
When we were in one of their board meetings,
No, and they have a board, and they have a board meeting on the 15th.
yeah, we went to their last one and Mike was also in attendance, started throwing under the bus, Mike. There was a lady there that offered to do the same thing, and their board told her no, that they would handle it.
Yeah, I know the lady, and Crystal know the lady too, but anyway, I'm just saying, just for your information, Crystal Lewis is out there if you want to get some additional help.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Huffman, anything else?
No.
Okay, I have a couple of things too. When you were talking about weeds, I'm talking about mowing of the parks and walking trails. I received a call from someone that was using our walking trail out there by the softball park. Are we on a regular schedule to where this occurs every month, every couple of weeks, or is it only by call only?
So they do have a regular schedule. I'll have to give it to Steve to find out what that schedule is. But what happens is sometimes we get just a little bit of moisture, everything pops back up.
Okay.
And so if it needs to be done, and I'm writing it down now, I'll get with Steve when we get back out there.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And then,
It's burned also, doesn't it, at the end of the season, that you burn all that?
Sometimes we get to work with fire department at their.
Have fun and go out there.
Yeah.
okay, good. Thank you. Because that's a walking trail is really being used a lot. So yeah, if we could keep it maintained, that would be fantastic. Also, another thing, the streetlights on First Street, like over by, on the side of the chamber, over by Mr. Doors' office, there's like a whole strip, like maybe 1 or 2 blocks. Oh my gosh, I think I counted. I don't even know how many lights that are out, and they've been out for quite some time.
It's a photo cell. It's not out. The photo cell's out. The lights aren't out. The photo cell is. So Mr. Flynn can fix that.
Yeah, and we do have, an order put in for him to fix that, but he seems to be very, very busy these days, so. It is on the list to get repaired, we just don't know when down the line.
Okay, perfect. So it is on the list.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Okay, anything else? Yes, Ms. Cordova.
Steve, where are we at with the contract for the baby box?
I haven't heard anything more back. I provided the information and, I mean, I've given the information to the city manager that I obtained. I think she's just ready to present it.
Okay, perfect.
And so I plan on having that ready by November 28th.
So it'll be at our next council meeting. Okay. very
Perfect,
good.
thank you.
Okay, everybody's excited about that. So thank you very much with moving forward on that. Thank you, Ms. Cordova. Okay, anybody else? Can we accept comments from the audience?
That was done at the
At the
beginning.
beginning, and it's not on your agenda tonight.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Anybody else? Nothing else from the council? Okay, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.